Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining. We are back with another session on medical cannabis. So we just thought to go back to the basics. We are doing some advanced level sessions these days, but as we got certain queries, and I can see certain doctors have already joined on we are live on YouTube as well. So we were getting this query that we need to do this basic session again. Some doctors missed about the basic fundamentals and the basic queries around medical cannabis. In fact, I request all of you to be bit interactive. You can post your queries, questions. If you have anything, any issue, any confusion related to practicing medical cannabis
these days.
all these
But as we
all the doctors who are already connected and practicing, you can also, if you are listening, you can share your concerns. So we will be just starting from the very basic discussion today again, so that we all can able to understand what exactly we are looking for as far as medical cannabis practice is concerned. And I request all of you to please speak up now and discuss whatever you want to discuss with us, because we are very much interested in taking up this discussion with all of you in terms of practicing medical cannabis. And so many doctors are joining on regular basis with us. We are very much happy to see this kind of response. And thank you again for joining, for giving your time. Let me quickly start the discussion. And anytime you want to post any query, please feel free to post in the Zoom chat box. As soon as we will conclude the talk, we will take up your questions and all. So the topic is how to establish a successful medical cannabis clinic. There are various dimensions of that. Some of you have already and like attended the session. Still, if you need any further clarification, stop me and post your query as well. You want to speak, you can raise your hand. We'll allow to speak you as well. And let's make a bit interactive session today. So the dimensions, and again, thanks to all of you who are joining and who are watching us live also on YouTube right now. There is a very good number on YouTube as well. So legal status, first and foremost, every doctor, many times they are asking. I remember last Sunday I was taking one session in Kerala. There was a Kerala group. It was an online session. Around 375 doctors were there. So they were also discussing about this legal aspects, and they were having that apprehension. So let me again clarify that it is pretty legal. All of you, being an Ayurveda doctor, being a practitioner, any doctor, by the way, can practice. And as predominantly the medicines are under the category of Ayurveda, classical and proprietary, so it is pretty legal. And in narcotics NDPS Act also, the leaves and seeds are not being covered. They are out of the purview of NDPS Act. So whatever the hemp seed oil, cannabis leaf medicines you are practicing, everything is legal in legal framework, and you can practice very well as far as our country is concerned. And uh, so first of all, this is legal. Second is Schedule E, even specifically in 2016, Ministry of Ayush has released the list in which this is a prescription mandatory medicine. You are supposed to like anyone who is taking medicine as a patient is supposed to prescribe, get it prescribed from an Ayurveda doctor or any other doctor, by the way, for that matter. Predominantly our initiative is to promote Ayurveda doctors more as an Indian Vedyas platform. Otherwise, other doctors are also welcome. However, technically, the medicine is under the category of Ayurveda, so that we need to understand. So prescription is mandatory. Without prescription, nobody is supposed to take these medicines. That is, we need to understand. And only registered Ayurveda doctors can prescribe, as I said, by the purview. Otherwise, in some states, as many doctors are prescribing allopathy and vice versa. So that is a separate discussion. I don't want to do that discussion in this session today. But to be very frank, our initiative and our aim is to promote this entire domain. Training is very important. All these sessions, all these discussions, all these interactions are just for the training. So there is one question. I will come to you, Dr. Sonia. So the training is very important. The more and more sessions, the more and more discussions, the more and more webinars like this will lead to generating a like platform in which we are discussing, we are understanding. So together we will take this initiative, and we will like ensure that more and more training should be done. There are category of diseases where we need to understand, and accordingly we need to position as far as indications are concerned. Dosage and formulations are there as far as classical and proprietary, both category of dosage and formulations are there. In classical, we know certain formulations like Triloki Vijayavati. There are specific tinctures, capsules, tablets, many forms are available. And in classical, Triloki Vijayavati, Kameshwar Modak, and around 190 formulations are there. Gradually, companies are focusing, and companies are gradually launching some other classical preparations as well. Accountability and inventory management is very, very important, because accountability means, although as I said, it is not under the purview of NDPS Act, still it's a bit sensitive herb, it's a bit sensitive drug. So please maintain some kind of accountability. If you are under GST, we all need to maintain that records. But if not, still, if there is some documentation in terms of some register record, in fact, the latest Clinical Establishment Act is also saying that, so that we need to maintain documentation, we need to maintain the overall record, which has to be there in terms of the accountability is concerned. So that we need to understand, and accordingly we need to maintain and manage that record. And inventory management is the same, like whatever the stock is coming in and whatever the stock is going out. So that is basically we need to understand, and accordingly we need to manage the record, maintain the record, to ensure that we are good with our documentation. And marketing and support is very much required. In fact, the issue and the challenge right now is we need to establish the entire domain, and we need to establish certain doctors also as medical cannabis practitioner. In that journey, we need some kind of marketing support, we need some kind of marketing initiatives where all the doctors will be positioned as medical cannabis prescribers, as medical cannabis practitioners. So that aspect also is there, and accordingly we need to take it forward. So all these dimensions are there as far as cannabis medical practice is concerned, and we need to understand, and we need to accordingly position all these aspects. So as I said, we can in fact in between discussion do the discussion also. So there is one question from Dr. Sonia, that I have read about Vijaya formulations in books, but what about CBD oil? Very good question, Dr. Sonia. See, we need to understand once about this herb, and then we'll be able to discuss more on this. So the plant that is cannabis, and we are talking about the leaves here, and so that has several cannabinoids, including CBD, THC, the active ingredients, which we can say. So Vijaya or Bhang is mentioned in our textbooks as far as Ayurveda is concerned. And in Ayurveda, as we understand and as we know, that the complete herb has been advocated and complete herb has been practiced. Like for example, leaves being dried, and powder we are using, or complete leaf extract we are using, that is known as full spectrum Vijaya leaf extract. So the complete herb and the entire spectrum is being infused or incorporated as far as this particular plant, this particular herb is concerned. So that we need to understand, and accordingly we need to take it forward. Now in that scenario, in Ayurveda, always there will be bhanga leaves, bhanga is mentioned, or Vijaya is mentioned. There the herb in totality is being positioned. And if you are talking about CBD oil, so CBD actually comes from the Western perspective, that where they have isolated all these ingredients, and they are doing research and they are developing product around that. And in fact, it's not about cannabis, by the way. The entire Ayurveda has been positioned and has been taken in that mode only. Till now, we have seen so many herbs, the active ingredient being extracted and being positioned as an separate drug. I don't want to criticize here anyone, but this is the fact, or this is the bitter truth. Like for example, curcumin these days is doing wonders and doing billions of business, and they have taken this from turmeric, that is haldi. So they are developing, and they are more focused on having specific products or specific medicines having curcumin, or many other extracts are there. In fact, active ingredients are there from the plant. We all know all the examples. So, and the same way for cannabis also, it's good on one side. I'm not criticizing again. So as far as CBD, THC, and active ingredients are concerned, it's good that we are studying at that level, and we have data, and we have research studies, and we have certain uh, dimensions to understand about these active ingredients. However, on the same note, there are very interesting findings in some research studies recently being done, that the full spectrum is showing and is generating better results as compared to the isolated broad spectrum. Means whatever we are using in India as far as the practice is concerned, that is very crucial, and that is very important to understand that this is showing better results. So in India, we are using the full spectrum, predominantly the full spectrum leaf extract and the complete plant extract, the leaf, extract, not the complete plant, but in totality. We are not isolating any active ingredient, we are not isolating any active component from that as far as Indian context is concerned. And that has been proven in various research studies that that is more effective than the active or the isolated component. So that we need to understand, and accordingly we need to take it forward in our learning. So you can read more and more. We have done certain sessions on endocannabinoid system, on the entire mechanism, how cannabis is working. You can refer to our past videos, and I will request you to, maybe you can quickly share your details in the chat box, so that the team will ensure and help you out in getting those links to improve your knowledge. And Ananta Hemp Works is constantly working to improve and to ensure that each doctor is getting maximum knowledge through our platform. So we'll request them to empower you with that knowledge, and you will get more and more reference and more detail in sight on that. So on that note, let me just go back to the let me just proceed to the next slide. So these are some testimonials. So why we are discussing and why we are positioning this is the reason, we want to emphasize, and the reason we want to take it forward is, as these testimonials are somehow an indication or somehow a hint that this particular medicine is working, this particular domain is working, which is again an excellent tool for all of us to understand, to have more faith and confidence. And now as we go through the certain case studies we have, like for example, this particular testimony is very close to my heart, from uh, Namita ma'am, and she's my teacher's wife, and she was suffering from fibromyalgia, and uh, so many painkillers, pregabalin, and all of them got exhausted, and then we started medical cannabis. CBD oil, actually, why she mentioned is because this is a, you can say, a quote as well. That medicine was full spectrum Vijaya leaf extract. It was not isolate CBD oil, but it is a kind of a, like you can say, a common name which people are naming to all the medicines of medical cannabis. Uh, so that is prevalent. Otherwise, the treatment was entire medical cannabis, the full spectrum Vijay leaf extract was given to her, and she is doing fine without any allopathic medicine. She is able to sleep as well, and the pain and the body ache and everything is very much relieved. Another case we can see is of insomnia, anxiety, depression, and he is also getting relieved as far as the medical cannabis is concerned. Now, couple of more cases related to insomnia. Achha, by the way, in insomnia, we need to understand that whenever we are prescribing and whenever we are advocating, 1.5 hour prior to the bedtime, they have to take the medicine. We have capsules, we have tinctures, whatever you want to give. So ask them to take 1.5 hour prior to their bedtime, and then maybe they can relax. They can, at least they have to remove their gadgets and all. They have to get rid of that. They can have a good family chit chat and all, and then they can go to the bed, ideally. So that is the way in which people should proceed, and we have seen very good results from the day one. By the way, all the sedatives, all the chemical based solutions with side effects and all are being reduced or gradually decreased or stopped. In fact, many have stopped from the day one, and they are taking these medicines, and they are able to sleep well. The overall quality of sleep is improved. In fact, by the way, in the sleep, we have seen, in fact, we discussed in detail. You can refer to that Insomnia YouTube session. We have the link there as well. So we have seen that in insomnia and sleep issues, the REM, the rapid eye movement, is one crucial factor, and the more it will be, the less it will be the quality of the sleep, and it has to be an optimum. And so, in cannabis medicines, we have seen that that REM is being controlled or kind of reduced. Also, the negativity is being turned into positivity, and there is one research study which has proven that when somebody is having negative thoughts, some past incidences are coming into dreams, and or maybe some negative dreams are there, and due to which they are getting anxious, or they're not able to sleep, the sleep is getting disturbed, or sometimes they are waking up in the night as well. So all these issues can be gradually healed, and the negative thoughts can be converted into the positive thoughts. It's a very interesting finding which I got in a couple of studies which has been done as far as insomnia is concerned. So that we need to understand, and accordingly, because there are so many good medicines in Ayurveda also. I'm not saying that in Ayurveda, and it's mentioned that along with some other Ayurvedic medicines, we have given medical cannabis. We are always advocating that whatever the standard of care, whatever the entire treatment as far as Ayurveda is concerned, you should prescribe that. And along with that, you can have and you can add medical cannabis. It will act as a catalyst also. In Ayurveda, it is known as Yoga Vahi. So that is the ideal protocol. But the point is, it has the capability in both ways: one, inducing the sleep; another, improving the quality of the sleep as well. So those both aspects are very well maintained along with some other Ayurveda herbs, and we have seen very good results, specifically insomnia, in pain management. Many people are taking Ayurveda medicines. Panchkarma also is working well if you have Panchkarma centers and all. So these are some cases, and these are some testimonials to give us an understanding that yes, cannabis practice and more doctors, practitioners adopting cannabis can help them in growing in their clinic, in their practice, and can establish you as a good Ayurveda physician in your vicinity, in your society. And that is our aim. That is the aim of Indian Vaidya's always, that all of you should grow in your life, in your professional life, and your practice should flourish, and your patient will get healed from your treatments. So that is one aspect which we always advocate, and which we always looking forward with all of you. Then we were able to get some news due to this medical cannabis. I owe this to medical cannabis, that thrice we have been featured in India Today channel and some other channels as well. And so many research studies are going on, so many aspects are going on. Then PR activities are on regular basis, and I again, thanks to Ananta, I think Vikram is there as well. So thank you, Ananta and the team, that they are positioning, and some other doctors are also now gradually getting positioned, and all of you has the opportunity to get positioned in their PR activities and in their PR action items as far as medical cannabis related discussions is concerned. And as you will start practicing, and as you will start growing in medical cannabis practice, we all are looking forward to get associated with each one of you, and accordingly help you out to position yourself in the fraternity as a medical cannabis practitioner. So I request Vikram to take some slides moving from here. I think Vikram is there, and then we will have some more questions. I have some queries which we'll be discussing accordingly. Vikram, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raksha. Thank you, and good afternoon to all the doctors who joined us today. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm really glad that we are able to hold these sessions. And
Vikram,
we are
your cam, I think, is off.
yeah, Raksha, I'm going to take just 2 minutes to switch on the cam.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Yeah. um, uh, I'm a founder in Ananta Hemp Works. We guys are a medical cannabis-based company. We have mainly three lines. One is the nutritional line, which is the seed line, in which we have the hemp seed powder and the oil and the hemp hearts. And then we have the cosmetic line, which is the general cosmetic line. And then our main focus is on the Ayurvedic medicines, which are all hemp and cannabis-based medicines. And we are our vision is to actually take out the maximum number of products in this line so that a doctor is able to get the whole bouquet of medicines required for any type of a patient. And that's the reason we have come out with different kind of tinctures. We have different kind of topical application products. We have capsules. We have tablets and classical formulations. So we've seen this, and even doctors have come out with us that some patients do prefer a different type of delivery mechanism. So we are trying to just arrange for the maximum number of products. The idea is to only connect with doctors, and our vision and our whole strategy in the Ayurvedic industry is to actually just focus on doctors and connect ourselves to the maximum number of doctors so that our medicines are available through them. But to reach that stage, the first step is to actually make the doctor aware of these medicines who are not aware, and then after that, give them and impart them with enough knowledge so that this medicine is delivered to the right and the maximum number of people. Also, we believe that this wonder drug works in so many indications. So we are trying to work on different angles in terms of where all we can work and provide the maximum credible data. Dr. Piyush has been very, very helpful in this situation, and we hope that we are able to bring out with more and more products. Now, to talk about how we are working with the doctors, we are actually working with doctors in two main categories, which you can see on the screen. We have exclusive partners with us, and we have non-exclusive partners with us. So our vision right now is to actually the difference in the exclusive and the non-exclusive. Exclusive is actually not that much, except there are some better discount schemes and some better digital marketing support which we provide to the doctors. But otherwise, our aim is to actually position the doctor in their area as a medical cannabis practitioner and improve his clinic searches and improve his visibility, his digital footprint, which I have noticed with the doctors, any kind of doctors, you guys don't have much of time to spend on marketing and social media. So we thought that we can help in that area. So that is the reason we're providing all these things. We, make you guys list on different websites. We do webinars. We do sessions like this. We take out media articles and print articles for clinics. So the idea is to, make the practice grow so that this medicine can also grow with that. Dr. Saab, can you change the slide? Yeah, these are some of the listings which we have. Now, actually, this is not the complete one because we are expanding every day. And we have now almost about 30-35 clinics pan India, which are working with us in an exclusive or a non-exclusive manner. Plus, we are available on a lot of other places also. Dr. Saab, next. This is one of the clinics which we opened very recently, and we have these locations which I just talked about, and in the exclusive and the non-exclusive way which we work with the doctors. Dr. Saab, next. This is our Trilokia Vijayavati. This is the first classical formulation which we have worked out, and it's now available to all the doctors, and we are selling in this new market. And we're very proud to say that we are one of the cheapest. We are the cheapest actually in this category, and we hope to get more and more hemp-based classical formulations also placed in the market. Next slide, Doctor. Business overview, I've already explained you. Our total vision is actually to connect with the doctors and expand in this market. We are trying to make Ananta Vijaya Wellness Clinic as a very, very exclusive but a pan-India big family organization, so that the doctors who are connected with us, we are able to work maximum for them, and they are able to get the maximum benefit out of us. I explained these are the product line which we have: the nutritional line, the cosmetic line. We also have a pet line, and we're getting a very good response in the pet line. We have introduced the hemp seed oil, and now we are introducing some extract-based medicines also for the pets. And in this industry, we're getting a very, very good review. This is our main focus line. This is the Ayurvedic medicines, in which you can see some topical applications, some balms, oral tinctures, capsules. This is the main forte and the main line on which we guys are working. We are recently coming out with the raw extract formulation also. We are coming out with a menstrual cramp roll-on also. And in the next 6 months to 1 year, we want to introduce need-based and specific medicines, hemp-based medicines for different kind of ailments. And this is the area and the line in which we want to be working on maximum. Again, just to repeat, so that a doctor can have the whole bouquet of hemp-based medicines from us, and they don't have to look for other types of delivery systems or any other kind of medicines. So that's our vision and one of the main focus lines. This is, I think, the beat line. The next one, which classical formulation, which we're launching, is the Kameshwar Modak, which I think should be available by the first week of March. And then going forward, under PUC's guidance, we'll launch some more also. These are the capsules. These are recent developments. So after a lot of feedback from the doctors, sometimes there's a problem with sublingual delivery system, and the dosage sometimes get a little up down by when the patient is trying to use a dropper and trying to exact dose himself ki 6 drops deni hai, 8 drops deni hai. So we thought that we should come out with capsules. So these capsules are available right now in 25 mg strength and 75 mg strength. So this can be a very directed dose if sublingual tinctures are the other problem. And going forward, we'll have different formulation and different potencies also coming up in these capsules. Also, they come in a strip of 10, so affordability becomes a big thing, and these medicines become affordable for people who probably sometimes are not able to buy a tincture for expensive price tag. Dr. Sapne. Some of our functions which we do, we always, our main focus is always to connect with the doctors. So we do events like this where we call doctors in local city. We just did one in Lucknow also. We are planning to do one in Bombay, Pune, everywhere. So like, the whole idea is to connect with doctors, call them, educate them, impart them with knowledge, and then, figure out how we can collaborate with them. So we have been a part of a lot of functions. We do a lot of physical CMEs, Zoom CMEs like this. We take part in a lot of like all the exhibitions and seminars, and it's very good now that the exhibitions and all are picking up interest in hemp. So we will always find us on these locations to connect with the doctors. Also, it's the same slide, Doctor. There's some more events we were a part of. This is a very important bit, and we're very highly concentrating on doing clinical trials. One of the major things which is noticed in the Ayurvedic market was the clinical trials are missing, and especially with this new kind of medicine, we have to explain a doctor. So we have decided that we're going to go ahead with the 2 phases in this year. The first phase is already started, and the subject one is already on. We are waiting for the ethics committee approval right now. And the first clinical trial which we are doing is on the insomnia with a product called Sleep Well. And we hope to finish this trial in the next 3 to 4 months. And this is going to give a lot of credibility, and we can also give all these texts to the doctors so they can read about the medicine and at least bring us credibility. And also these studies will be available on journals and everything. So I think overall for the hemp based medicines, I think it's a I think it's a very good move. On the subject two, the next one we're going to do is going to be on pain management. And then in the second half of this year, we plan to start the third and the fourth one, which is one on the menstrual problem, and the fourth one will be on epilepsy. So if we are able to achieve two trials also in a year, I think in some time we'll have a lot of credible and clinically tested products available. So we are looking for that credibility so that this medicine can be brought in as a mainstream medicine for patients without any questions and any credible issues. Dr. Saab? Yes. Potentials for Ayurvedic medicine. This is a general slide. This Dr. Saab can I think explain more than me, but this is where we realize that what is the potential we have in this country, and these numbers are actually just a very conservative estimate. But this medicine can work, in so many more ways, and with so many, millions and millions of people can be, can be given a positive effect by this medicine. So this is just to give you an idea that where this industry can go actually. A little small team of ours. We That's Abhinav Bhaskar. That's my partner, and he's partner and founder. And then we have these other guys who are working with us, who are helping us to build this brand. And hopefully, we're going to increase the team more and more so that we can reach maximum people. I think that is it. Dr. Saab, I think you can take the session back. I thank you all once again, and I hope we are able to bring you more and more, topics, and we are able to give you all credible information. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Vikram. I think again we have a very nice discussion today in terms of touching upon the basic aspects which
Yes.
we are getting certain queries. And I request, I can see there are certain new doctors who have joined today. So quickly you can share either your number or email ID or whatever is comfortable for you, so that Ananta team can send samples and further details to all your clinics and all your centers. Because once you will try and get the feeling of the medicines and the products, then only you'll be able to prescribe it to your patients also. So I request quickly all of you who are listening us on YouTube as well as on Zoom here, you can share your contact details in the Zoom chat box, so that the company representative, in fact, Vikram, always give the personal attention to all the doctors, so they can connect with you and they can take it forward in terms of connecting and taking it forward for any kind of sample or any kind of further requirement as far as your setup is concerned. And also I open the session for all to discuss certain questions. I received some queries as far as my chat box is concerned. There are some direct message questions I can see right now. So I will start that, and quickly, any one of you wants to ask anything else, please let me know, and accordingly we can take it forward. So there is one question as far as I think the dosage we have done. I think one detailed session. Still, let me just quickly touch upon. So you see, if we talk about the low Vijayavati, generally two tablets morning evening we are giving in general. But if there are acute issues or there are weight is more than 80 to 100, we can give 2 TDS as well, 2 3 times, otherwise 2 BD is adequate. And VJ75 is a bit higher potency, which we are giving starting one capsule at night, and then also in some cases 1 BD is also there, depending on, again, upon the intensity, acuteness, and all those aspects. Now, as far as the tinctures are concerned, we need to understand there are various potencies and various strengths. So when we start, for example, 1000 mg, 10 ml, if we are starting, we can start like a dose of 4 to 6 drops. And now I think some tinctures will have better potency. As far as I know about the Ananta tinctures, I think 10% Vikram. Now the new range will have 10% potency, right? So for
Yes,
that
doctor.
10% potency, always start with 4 to 6 drops. If somebody is having 40, 50 kg weight, 60 kg weight, 80 to 100 kg weight, you can start with 6 to 8 drops also. And more than 100, you can start 8 to 10, 12 drops as well to start with. In evening or night, always ask them not to drive, not to do any heavy machinery work initially when somebody is taking first time. It's not like it will not have any issue, but some dizziness, some drowsiness can be there initially, and otherwise it's a very safe medicine, by the way.
Doctor, Saab,
And
I can also share the reference dosage manual we have made, and I'm going
ah,
to email
ah,
that to everybody. So
right,
that is
right,
very
right.
clear when the doctor needs that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just I'm giving them some brief idea. So
Yes, yes.
that approach should be there, and that's why we have created this manual and all, and we have done some sessions also in detail. So that is one approach. Local application, you can apply directly, or you can fortify, or you can infuse that with other typical Ayurveda oils as well, and that is also giving us a very good result in terms of pain management locally. And then hemp seeds, 1 to 2 teaspoon twice a day is sufficient to start with. Hemp seed oil, half teaspoon to 1 teaspoon is sufficient to start with internally, and local application can also be there for hemp seed oil. And so these are some dosages and some uh, like medications which are there, and accordingly you people can plan. And still, if you have any doubt, any issue in terms of case to case basis, you can let us know, and we will be able to provide you better clarification. We have, by the way, there is an initiative that those who have started connecting with Ananta and started prescribing the medicines and all, we have an exclusive club also. Exclusive does not mean the exclusive center. I am talking about an exclusive club, means all those doctors who are connected with Ananta Hemp Works. So we are doing one exclusive. session with them. I think the first session is planned in the next week, right, Vikram? I think in somehow around
Yes, Dr. According
Thursday,
to availability, either be on Thursday or
Thursday.
on Friday. We will
Right.
the date.
So that session will be an exclusive session for all the prescribers of Ananta medicines, and all of you have an opportunity right now. Just start connecting with Vikram, and you all can get involved in that. That will be a very interesting session because all the existing medical cannabis practitioners who are practicing, they will be sharing their feedback, their challenges, their issues, how what exactly is there, and that will be an ongoing and regular process, right? So that is one thing. I think let me just share my email ID and contact number as well. So this is my contact number, and I have shared my email ID as one doctor has requested for that. Great. Now the next question is, can hemp and CBD medicines be sold OTC without prescription? Very good question, by the way. See, hemp seeds, hemp seed oil, local application oils, all these are uh, can be sold without prescription. But the internal medicines, the internal tinctures, the internal medicines are like should be given by the prescribed by the doctor with the prescription. uh, that is one thing which we need to understand, right? uh, hemp seed, I repeat, hemp seed oil, cosmetics, external application oils, all these can be sold. uh, See, OTC and without prescription, there are two aspects. OTC is like somebody just positioning, some companies position, and people are taking, which is fine. But still, sometimes they need some discussions with some doctor or practitioner that how they can use, what kind of benefits. So they have in-house team also, as far as Ananta Hemp Works is concerned, and all of you can also make them aware. But yes, for internal medicines without prescription, will not be able to order, or any patient will not be able to get that. Training, I think there are a couple of questions regarding training also. So all these training sessions, all these discussions, as I said, Ananta has an exclusive club now, which we are creating, and we will ensure that all of you will be trained more and more exhaustively as far as medical cannabis is concerned. And please attend those regular sessions. And those who have joined first time today, I request please go through the previous videos, and I think Vikram and his team will send you an email with all the sessions we have done till now as far as the previous sessions are concerned. So you can refer to all those videos, and then we will start the next week, will be the next series. I think gynae disorders part 2 will be discussed in the next session. So we are doing these specific weekly trainings with all of the doctors who are connected with Ananta Hemp Works, as far as Indian Vedas is concerned, and all of you have an opportunity to get involved and get exposure for those as well. Any preparation for the children? See, as far as the children or kids are concerned, the same preparations can be given in low dose. That we need to. Generally, we are giving tinctures from 1 to 2 drops. We are giving Trilokia Vijayavati 1 tablet, and accordingly we can take it forward, right? So that we need to understand, and accordingly we need to like just a second, right? So that we need to understand, and accordingly we need to take it forward. And still, if you have any specific case as far as pediatric population is concerned, please let us know. We can help you out in that as well. Okay, so Dr. Vijay, you can just share your details, or you can just connect. Vikram has shared his details, so then he will be able to give you the idea of how you can join this training club. So I think Vikram, you can note down about Dr. Vijay. You will get his email ID and details after the session.
Yeah,
And
sure.
otherwise, I request Dr. Vijay right now. You can if quickly share directly to the Vikram or in the chat box, whatever is possible for you. He will be able to connect with you, and he will be able to describe you more about this. Otherwise, his number is already posted in the chat box, so you can connect with him. Great. So let me just go through quickly. Any other question is there? Right. So one more question is there as far as see. Okay. So the question is, what kind of duration we are expecting for healing? See, duration we need to understand will depend on disease to disease basis. There are some diseases where we can claim the healing, and forget about cannabis. It is in general. But with cannabis, what we have seen is the healing duration has been reduced. For example, We have seen that in PCOD cases, when we are using the standard of care medicines, in 5 to 6 months, the reduction is there. But with cannabis, it is being reduced to 3 to 4 months. Then, for arthritis or many other like cases, uh, that also we have seen significant reduction in the duration of the healing. That is point number one. Second, sometimes in some indications, patients need to take longer duration as well. So long-term studies of 10 to 15 years are also there, and there is no as such issue or side effect or any other adverse effect as far as medical cannabis is concerned. In the long-term studies, the safety is pretty well. In fact, this is one of the most safest drug I can say, and there is no death till now where the reason is cannabis. So, if long-term administration is also there, we can recommend that. The only thing which you need to understand is at some point of time, say around 2 to 3 months, the body develops a tolerance or some kind of an issue will be there, like patient taking the same dose, but they will say, okay, the effect is not that much. Although if you plan the standard of care Ayurveda along with that, they will always be fine. Still, you can either pause for a week or couple of weeks sometimes, and you can add some more other Ayurveda medicines. Or what we are doing right now is, especially with Ananta medicines, we have this benefit that from tinctures we are switching to the Trilokia Vijayavati tablet or VJ75 sometime, or vice versa as well. And we are seeing that patients are able to get the healing and overall results are being achievable. So these kind of approaches you need to understand, and accordingly you need to take it forward when you are practicing medical cannabis. And these are some aspects which, if you keep in mind, the patients will be getting the advantage and healing in a timely manner, in an adequate manner. So that is from our end today, and I think it was an excellent session. I really liked the way you people interacted today and opened up in terms of your queries, in terms of your questions. This we need on regular basis. So I think the basic session we are done for this quarter, and now the decision is we'll be going more and more specific trainings and some elaborative sessions, and some more interactions and query discussions is the focus right now for all of us, so that all of you should get involved, and let's understand what kind of challenges you people are having. So please do join that Thursday or Friday session whenever it will be planned, and Vikram will send those details to all of you as well. And it will be good for you also to understand what existing practitioners are having queries, and accordingly you can have your own learning also. Vikram, your concluding remarks, and accordingly we can conclude the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. Again, thank you for all the effort. I think we are able to now bring in very specific and the right kind of knowledge, and we are also understanding what exactly are the bottlenecks and what exactly are the questions from the doctors. And I think we've been able to tackle it in our best way. And of course, with your whole knowledge set which you bring and the kind of information you bring in terms of the concise one, I'm very, very happy with that. And once again, I'd like to thank all the doctors who have joined us, the already connected ones and the new ones. Any questions, any query, I posted my number. You have Dr. Piyush's number. Please connect with us anytime, and we will, cater to you any kind of a question you have. Hoping to connect with all of you and making this family even bigger. That's it. That's it from my side. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Dr. Saab, and thank you, doctors.